Talking to Montel Williams, he allowed us to share a very private moment with him this summer when he put himself through the risk of an experimental procedure that has been reported by some to be helpful for multiple sclerosis. So if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about why you decided to do it and what actually happened during the procedure. It's a procedure where they dilate some of the veins in the brain with the belief that it will change the blood flow of the brain and perhaps help with this neurodegenerative disorder.
Yes, sir. It was, first off, Brian, I mentioned it to you first. I'm so happy with the fact that, and you guys should give him an applause, that he immediately stepped forward to follow me through the surgery to share this information with everybody in the world. So
thank you.
I can't say thank you enough.
Thank you.
So number two, it's called chronic cerebral spinal venous insufficiency. And this is what the theory has been. I'll give it real quick. 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, a doctor in Italy whose wife had MS and had a severe form of MS discovered some anomalies during an MRI in her jugular veins and her azygos vein and thought that, oh, this is strange. I better do something about this very quickly because she could end up having a stroke. And so he went up and did some things by angioplasty and coming through both jugular veins and the azygos vein. After this was done, about 4 to 5 weeks later, the wife supposedly started seeing symptom abatement. And I say supposedly because we can't validate this, but as it went on the internet, she was improved by anywhere from 60 to 80%. That was 2.5 years ago. From that time till this past summer, I probably received about 100,000 emails from around the world. Montel, what do you know about this? What are you going to do about this? We should make sure this word gets out. I literally found the top doctor in this country, sought them out, and said, okay, let's do it. Let's prove this or disprove this, one or the other. So I went in on June 30th, had the surgery, which includes them coming up and angioplasty from the exit port of the brain in both jugular veins and also the azygos vein. And we found that I had severe blockages, okay? Yeah. Now, what's been touted on the internet is that this is some sort of liberation therapy for MS. And I'm going to say right now, unequivocally, it is not. There have been some unscrupulous doctors around the world who have been, and I'm going to use this term, and I apologize if I don't want to offend people, but literally trying to rape my community. Why? Because they go up online and they claim that if you can get people to put up the money to bring you to Costa Rica, to Thailand, to India, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, we'll do this and your MS will go away. Lie. That's a ball-faced lie. What this surgery does do, it's extremely important, maybe symptomatically. Now, let me just tell you what's happened to me. When MS was first written about, back in 1863, the doctors back then associated it with a venous disease. But nobody followed that bouncing ball. What we're finding is that because of the blockages, I have a slow down reflux in my brain. The blood flow pattern in my brain is obstructed. They open this up. Immediately, I'm telling you, the next day, and it's been there since, it gave me back my ability to be outside in the heat. I had, and one of the symptoms of MS is a lot of us are extremely heat sensitive, extremely heat sensitive. This was not a cure of the MS symptom. This is a reduction of the symptom because as the blood flow increases in my brain, it increased to my thalamus, which is also my thermostat, which is helping my body adjust. So I'm telling you, when I say got relief, remember I used to tell you this. I used to fly every summer to Chile to be in the winter from June until September because I couldn't deal with the heat in North America. I didn't have to do that this summer. As a matter of fact, I was in D.C. having a discussion with a congressman outside. It was 104 degrees outside. I was outside for 15 minutes before I realized, this was 5 days after the surgery, that I'm outside and I hadn't passed out. So for me, that was almost a miracle. That gave me back a big chunk of my life. The other thing that it's done for me, and we haven't figured out why, and it's still sustained now it's for 5 months, I have the ability to do something that I've not been able to do for 9 years. I can bend over and look at the floor. Now, it's kind of weird because you say, what's the big deal about that? But because of MS, and a lot of people in this room know that, the second you put your head forward, the body goes. Or a second put a head back, the body goes. So now I could stand in the shower and literally take a shower and close my eyes.
So there were some benefits, it seems.
Yes, but no benefits as far as my gait, no benefits as far as some of the other, my neuropathic pain, which we really thought was going to help. Nothing.
Put the disappointment about the relief of symptoms aside. Are you happy you had it?
I am so happy that if the doctors called me and said that you need to do this again next month, I'm in.
You are.
Period.
So if there are a couple centers. The ones in this country seem to be ethical.
And I'm going to put on my website and on your website, I'm going to put some information up there that can direct them to some places where you can get really good science. And I'm also going to do something else. Starting in January, I'm right now working with the interventionalist radiologists around the world. I'm going to make this an initiative because, again, I want them to stop saying this is a cure for MS because it's not. But I want them to start offering the people the relief that they need. And there's relief that can be found in this. It's not going to work for everybody. It's just like we know. Treatments like this don't work for probably more than 25% of the population. But this does work, and it's worked for me.
Thank you, as always, for sharing your story.
Thank you. Absolutely.